This is video part 1 of my unboxing series of my new second-hand but the chrome limited edition of Numark Pro TT2s that I've bought direct drives from eBay. I had 2 of them originally that I've had for over 10-12 years that have worked fine up until a few weeks ago. I've had this problem with this one creating a grinding, rattling noise when it starts. Yeah, and you touch the record or try to do anything and change speeds, rattles. Change speeds, it keeps up with the pitch control, but you reverse it, oh, it's terrible. Change speeds from 33 to 45, put it on to 78, back to 33, even the stop button. That's how it stops. Now we'll start it again. Imagine if you're mixing, queuing up a record. Which I have since discovered is the center doesn't want to spin at all, if you can see that. Something's wrong with the ball bearings or the magnets. It basically will not spin properly until the disc is on top of it. Which holds the weight down, which actually makes it still spin, and it still plays properly once it's actually gotten up and going. Yeah, the brakes don't work, the starting is terrible, you cannot queue up a record at all. You cannot even slow it down slightly to keep the mix going. It's had it. Anyway, that's part 1. I'm going to try and piece these videos together. If I can't piece them together, well, I'll upload them separately. But this is why I had to get new turntables. I thought I would do a second attempt at video part 1 that'll be pieced together in 3 pieces, because my new Numark Pro TT2 limited edition chrome turntables have been delivered in 2 separate boxes. So this is part 1 of part 3 to demonstrate why I had to get new turntables. This has rattling and grinding from the spindle, and don't know whether it's ball bearings, not too sure how the direct drive works with it, or the magnets. It's just terrible, but I'll demonstrate it. Yes, that's what it does. It rattles and grinds before it starts. With the platter off, it doesn't even want to spin at all. That's how it stops. Put a record on, and luckily it's only on the running track, so it won't damage it. It won't even start. Terrible. And the speed controls, jumping from 33 to 45 does it. It still actually plays songs, and the pitch control works fine, doesn't create a rattle. So it rattles when it starts, it rattles when it stops, but it actually does still play a record. With the reverse button, you see it? Yes, it does. Yes, it does not want to reverse properly or go back to forwards properly. You cannot even slow it down. If you're mixing and you needed to slow it down to match the pitch of the other record, you can't even do that. It's terrible. You can't even do it in the middle. So I'll now demonstrate the underneath of it when it does stop. Underneath the platter, The center spindle really does not want to spin at all until it's got any weight onto it, and at that I should not be able to stop this, you know, I shouldn't be able to wind it backwards when it's in forwards mode. Forwards, reverse, change speeds, doesn't have much of an effect or anything. Starts to take off when it stops because there's no pressure onto it. I shall now put the platter back on. Actually, I'll demonstrate it as it's spinning. Once the platter goes back on, it rattles, but the weight of the platter makes it actually spin properly. So if I put the slip mat back on and place a record back on it with the that should not happen. And if I place a record onto it, it will actually play properly. I'll just let the start play. I'll probably get a copyright infringement, but they'll still allow it, being dance music, of being able to show it. Jump to 33, it grinds. Jump to 45, it grinds. Put it on 78, it grinds. Reverse it. It should reverse straight away with no grind. Basically does not want to comply at all. It's very loud. I can stop the turntable. Like if you were trying to slow it down to match the pitch of another record, you can't even touch it softly at all without the rattle happening. And if you were doing a mix and you wanted to do a spin back, this is what happens. It's just terrible. This is why I've had to order a new set of, I was lucky to find on eBay there was one pair of Numark Pro TT2s that with delivery came to 572 from England of Australian money as compared to the UK pound, and it was the limited edition chrome turntables. So I was actually very lucky to find these because I've had these in between 10 to 15 years. Several weeks ago it started playing up with this rattling. Terrible rattle. So that is part one redone again, just in case I'm not satisfied with part two of the reason why I had to get new turntables. And this is how it stops. Actually stopped half decent for once. Anyways, if I can't piece these three videos together with my video editor due to the size and quality of the videos, I'll have to upload them in 3 parts. Anyway, on to unboxing turntable number 1 and then turntable number 2 in a separate unboxing video, because they came in separate boxes, thank God, because there's no lids and they had to be packaged safely. So this is the end of part 1, the why I had to get new turntables. Okay, this is officially part 2 of unboxing turntable number 1 from the first box, because they didn't have lids so they couldn't package them in the same box. And I've had these for days and I just haven't gotten round to it. Oh God, this is gonna go everywhere. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have some cleaning up to do when I pull these turntables out. Thank God they actually use this popcorn, peanut, whatever they call it. Safe packaging. This is gonna be a mess. Just throw it all out. And I hope they have packaged these nice and sturdy, because when the boxes came delivered they were put onto their side, which is not good considering it doesn't have a lid for the tone arm. What a mess. Guys, it's going to take me longer to clean up the mess than unboxing the video, the video for unboxing the turntable. Okay. They are very heavy. Very heavy. They're just as heavy as Technic's 1200 turntables. It has been packaged well. Man, what a mess I've got to clean up. Where did I put the blade? There it is. Turntable still inside, yes. So this is actually box number 2, but this is the one I had delivered first. And they've done it in nice condition. A little bit wet, I don't know what that's from. That is strange. I will have to give them a clean. It's had a new power cord put onto it. It's not the original power cord unless it's an English power cord. I didn't have to need to get an adapter or put my own power cord onto it. Brilliant. And does it have its original? Yes, it has its original AV cords, RCA plugs. I'm going to have to head and get an adapter for this so I can plug it in to make it work. It's got its originals. This is turntable replacement number 1. And I was going to plug it in to test it just to see how it would react with the turntable, but I'll just give it a quick... Okay, lift the spindle off, come on. Does not want to come off. Okay, so it's got autofon styluses on it, which is always helpful. And it's actually got a stylus on the autofon's head shell. So what's that? A Numark original head shell. But unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do my playtest videos because, like I said, the RCA is out of the way. It has an English plug or a European plug. I'm not too sure what style that is. Like, if England has the European plug, so tomorrow looks like I'm going to get adapters for both of them because they will both have this same plug. Did not think about that buying it from England. Or I could pull it apart from my old turntables, but I really do not want to do that. Or I could just dodgily put another cord onto the end, which is a possibility that I may do. But this is unboxing of turntable number 1. As you can see, they are chrome. They are nice and shiny. They're pretty good condition. There was only mentioned as a little bit of corrosion on the chrome, but in perfect working order. All buttons and switches work properly. The light possibly even works properly. And I can't believe what a mess that. At least they packed it nice and safely. Just got to test if it's, and is it at its maximum height? No, it's at its lowest height. I always like my turntable set to the highest. And it's got the anti-skating, so I'm not too sure. I'm going to have to test that to see where that's at. What's that locked for? Well, that was locked for the height. Put it at the maximum height and then relock it. Doesn't like it that high. Okay, so that is turntable number 1, and that little bit of corrosion there, it looks like they put some WD-40 on to stop it getting any other damage along the way, because that's yep, that's WD-40, that's an oily smell. So that is turntable number 1, and what a mess it's created. This is going to take me forever to clean up. Turntable number 1, Chrome edition, which were limited editions. It's in nice condition all around, as you can see. And even comes with the original Numark head and an autofont stylus, which I've got plenty of spare styluses and head shells, which doesn't matter at all. I could have easily bought the turntable without one, but the one key problem is it's got a European English adapter, and we don't have pins like that in Australia. So either I dodgy up the cord with an Australian one, or I just go get an adapter tomorrow. Okay, so that's the end of video 1, and I'm so glad that the tone arm is in good condition, because I was a little bit worried that the packages came on the side and the boxes were a little bit beat up. But that is turntable number 2 actually. I had a box 2, and I only had box 1 delivered on Monday. This one came on Thursday. And if I'd opened it then, I would have thought, holy shit, did I only buy one turntable when they were marked as a pair? Whereas, no, then the second box turned up on Monday, yesterday, so I'm glad I left the unboxing till then. So I've got the next one to unbox and show, so if you'd like to see that one, that'll either be part 3 separate videos, or all the videos put together. DJ Panic out for now. So this is turntable, what was it, 2 of 2. So it was actually the first one I unboxed and the first one I had delivered. It's in brilliant condition. You can see the chrome is nice and shiny. Should be able to see my reflection in it, even though it's dark. I don't have my light on the camera. Comes with an original Numark head shell, as you can see there. Focus into it from a distance. Numark, too small to read. What does that say? It just says Pro DJ or something. The Numark Pro TT2 professional direct drive turntable. I think I'll take a snapshot of that for my unboxing video, and I'm not going to bother unboxing number 2 until I get power adapters and look into England's power supply, if it's 240 volts, the same as Australia. Otherwise, I don't want to try and plug these in running them at 240 volts when they're set to 110. I have to have a look at underneath of how it's set in there, what they've got this one set on. Anyway, that is the turntable, folks. 572 Australian for the pair of them, which is good because my original turntable and this turntable 1 and 2 with the mixer was 550 from Gumtree Australia, which is like a Craigslist type thing. I was lucky to pick these up too when I went searching for turntables. And now I've got a chrome replacement, which are limited editions. The only thing I need to do is get a power adapter, and then I'll be able to do a play test. So DJ Panic over and out. This is unboxing the second turntable, which is actually 1 of 2 marked on the boxes, but it was the second one delivered today. First one, 2 of 2, was delivered last Thursday. I don't know why they didn't both come together. That's my noisy turntable stopping that I needed to replace. Still plays, but it does this sound. Terrible. So, into unboxing number 2. Full of peanut foam, just like the first one. Yeah, took me longer to clean up the peanut foam than it did to actually unbox the video and get the turntable out. So here I go again, making a mess. One more time. One more time. And it goes. Ending up in my record crates and everything everywhere. Fuck it, I'll clean it later. And here comes turntable number 2. Where'd the box cutters go? Packaged nice and safely, which is good. I was worried about the packaging of these because they came with no lids. No one ever puts lids on their turntables when they DJ because it's just not feasible. It does not work. And like I was slightly disappointed with the first one. It's got a UK plug, but I can pull it apart and wire it up with an Australian plug. And it's got the original Numark head shell on it with an autophon. These were described as being a little bit aesthetically unpleasing, as they said there was a bit of corrosion on the chrome, but at first glance here I can't see any sort of corrosion on the chrome, just a little bit of slight scratching, a little bit of chrome rust. Okay, I can see some chrome rust around the digital display, but that's in good condition. Oh, let's see if this one has its original audio cables. Yep, original RCAs, which I'm not going to unplug these. Unwrap them, sorry, I mean, because there's no point of unwrapping them. Is that that's in frame? They are very heavy, just like Technic decks. They must weigh at least 20 to 25 kilograms each. Hopefully these were described as everything working. So I'll find out if the lights work. Buttons feel nice. Very nice. Switch feels nice. And as I do with every turntable I ever use, I lift the tone arm up to the maximum point that it'll go. Put the anti-skating onto full. Okay, this one's got a little bit of the handle broken off for the lifting the tone arm, but as a DJ we never use that anyway. So, unboxing of the second one. This here is the second turntable, which as you can see is in very good condition, and just like the first video of unboxing turntable number 2, but what's the difference when you buy 2 of them? One can be 1, one can be 2, doesn't really matter. Lovely condition, nice shiny chrome, Numark Pro TT2 direct turntable, direct drive, personal direct drive turntable. the digital display. It's a pity I can't plug them in, but it comes with the UK European plug. And I've just asked a friend online what UK runs the power as, and they run 230 volts, so I should just be able to take that plug off and put an Australian plug on it and be fine. But this is in nice beautiful condition. Have to actually check if the serial number stayed on the back. The first one I unboxed, the serial number fell off, and luckily I didn't lose it amongst all of the peanut popcorn foam. I found it when I was looking through, let's check it, when I was looking through the popcorn stuff, and this one doesn't even have a serial number. It should be just there, which doesn't really matter. I'll look around before I discard anything to see if there's any pieces missing, like the centerpiece. It should go there, but in the description it was working properly, just with one centerpiece for old records missing, which doesn't matter because I've got my turntables up here, which I've got spare parts for anyway. So this was unboxing number 2. Looks to be in lovely condition, and like I said, let's see, shrink that back down. I paid $572 for them, and for my original turntables, that one that's broken, and that one there, and the mixer, I paid 550 Australian off of Australia's Craigslist Gumtree. So spin it around nice and easily, because on my original turntables I did knock a leg off one time, and it took me years to be able to figure out how to put the leg back on over the screw, which I did manage to do, and it's in nice lovely shiny condition. To use a bit of zoom, yeah, chrome limited editions. They didn't have too many of these, but apparently this turntable was so good it actually nearly outsold Technic's 1200s and 1210s back in the day, because of the features of this reverse button, forwards button, this pitch lock button here. You can have it up there, hit that, it'll go back to 000 on the display. You can hold it down, and when you hold it down for a bit you get double pitch, so instead of just +10 it goes to +20%. Same with -10 to -20%. So I'm happy with both of these. I'm happy with the way that they boxed them and they've come out from the packaging. The only thing I'm not happy about is having to clean up all this mess, but considering my turntable broke, and as soon as I looked on eBay I found another pair of these Numark Pro TT2s, which are very, very rare to get, and considering this is a chrome limited edition, it's actually extremely rare to get. I took out a $600 loan, purchased them the next day after seeing them. They were delivered in a week. The first one was, it came last Thursday. This one came today, Tuesday. Even though they had marked on the box 1 of 2 and 2 of 2, they didn't come together. Got separated in post, but luckily both boxes were labelled to come to me. And considering they didn't come with lids, I'm glad they packaged them with all this foam to keep them protected. When they were delivered, the delivery guys put the boxes on the side upright, so I was a little bit concerned for the tone arm there and the stylus. Not that it matters with the head shell and the styluses. I've got plenty of spares. I've got like 12 of the things. Anyway, that's my unboxing video, and this is part 2, which hopefully I can piece all the videos together and you've been able to see this in one. Otherwise, this will be part 3 of unboxing turntable number 2. So DJ Panic out and DJ Panic happy and satisfied. Be even more satisfied when I change the plug over and I can plug them in and test them, but they were described as totally working order, just missing the lids and missing one of the center center spirals for old school records back in the old day when they originally came out. So DJ Panic out, DJ Panic happy. Unboxing video, great and fun to do, especially to get a pair of turntables exactly the same as my turntables, which is very, very hard to come across these since they're over 20 years old. And to get the chrome, I love it, the chrome limited edition at the same price that I paid for my original turntables 10 to 15 years back. Brilliant.